Hello my peeps, I bring to you some more prediction game videos for the Elimination Chamber 2014. This one is for the Intercontinental Championship. It is going to be the champion, Big E Langston, defending his title against the #1 contender and challenger, Jack Swagger. Now, man, this match came about because Jack Swagger was involved in a fatal 4-way on SmackDown to determine a #1 contender for the IC Championship at the Elimination Chamber. That matchup consisted of course, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, and Mark Henry. When I saw that match, I would have thought maybe Mark Henry wins the match, but Swagger won, because Swagger was on a losing streak. He had been losing a lot, and Zeb Coulter was kind of targeting him, or he slapped him, and because Swagger's been losing a lot, Zeb Coulter's been yelling at him. So just like the Shields, I think it's inevitable that the Real Americans are going to be splitting up. Now, I think that's going to be taking place soon, maybe at WrestleMania or before WrestleMania. And because of that, I thought, for sure Big E Langston wins this match. This is going to be the last straw in, the, I guess, Jack Swagger, Real American storyline or breakup. But then, I was like, but wait a minute. I thought of like a scenario in my head. I was like, what if Jack Swagger wins the Intercontinental Championship? Because he's been losing a lot lately. So, and going into the Elimination Chamber, he doesn't have the momentum. Big E Langston has the momentum, at least in my opinion. And usually, whoever has the momentum going into the matchup, going into the pay-per-view, ends up losing. So, anyways, I was thinking, what if Jack Swagger wins the Intercontinental Championship, and then, for the breakup, for the matchup between Swagger and Cesaro, they could fight for the Intercontinental Championship. So then I was like, alright, this matchup may not be so easy to predict. Because despite Big E Langston going in with the momentum, I was still gonna go with Big E Langston. And I'm going with Big E Langston right now, but I could see Swagger, winning this match. Reason why I'm going with Big E is, well, one of the reasons is, I think, just like I initially, the initial thought that came into my head when I saw Swagger win the #1 contendership match, I thought, alright, he wins this matchup, but then comes out for the matchup, for the big match, the one that counts for the championship, he loses it, and that causes Zeb Coulter to just, I guess call it quits with Swagger, and, I don't know, just leave Swagger, or have Cesaro attack Swagger or something like that. And, because of that, I was thinking Big E would win the match. And I still think that that's going to be what happens this Sunday. Because while the whole momentum thing, going into the pay-per-view, whoever has the momentum loses, while that's true most of the time, sometimes it's not the case. For instance, when you look at the Elimination Chamber match, and who has the least amount of momentum, it's Christian. But, do you guys really think Christian is going to win? I mean, I'd love to see it, but do you guys think Christian's going to win the Elimination Chamber match? I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. So, it's not always true, although, it's kind of a good thing to go by, in my opinion. It's, it's not a guarantee that just because this guy has the momentum, that he's going to lose at the pay-per-view. Actually, we've seen the opposite a bunch of times. And, the main reason why, I don't think it's like 100% for sure Big E wins this match is the whole thing with Swagger winning the IC Championship and then defending it at WrestleMania against Cesaro. But there's a problem with that scenario. See, if Swagger wins the Intercontinental Championship, there's really no reason for Zeb Coulter to, I guess, get angry at Swagger and want to disassociate himself with Swagger and you know, leave Swagger from the Real Americans, or have Cesaro attack him. It just wouldn't make any sense. Why punish Swagger when he finally wins a matchup, a big match, and brings gold to the Real Americans? Is the first one to win championship golds of the Real Americans. So that kind of, you know, made me think a little bit, and I was like, I have a hard time envisioning like a storyline or some sort of reason, something that would initiate an Intercontinental Championship title defense against Cesaro if Swagger wins the belt. It doesn't make sense with the whole story. So for that, I'm going with Big E Langston. And also, Big E Langston, it feels like he just recently won that Intercontinental Championship against Curtis Axel. Well, or at least it feels like he hasn't defended the championship against like a variety of opponents. He's defended it against Curtis Axel, yes, and who else? To be honest, I can't even. I'm sure he's defended it against somebody else, but I just can't think of that person right now. Damn. But anyways, as you can see, you know, I can't think of a variety of superstars Big E Langston has defended that championship against. And, you know, for that reason also, I'm thinking Big E retains here so he can remain IC champion for a little while longer. You know, he was getting that push, and for him to lose that the championship so soon, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of kills his push a little bit. Although it kind of has, you know, his push kind of has mellowed down a bit, or, you know, it isn't as quick of a push as it seemed like it was going to be. Him losing the championship would slow it down even more. And also, I feel, for some reason, I feel like Big E Langston will have a title program with Mark Henry. I'm thinking Mark Henry turns heel and, you know, challenges Big E Langston. Now, of course, that match doesn't need to be for the IC Championship. It could be just, you know, a regular one-on-one match between Big E and Mark Henry. You could even have Mark Henry cost Big E Langston the IC Championship match against Jack Swagger, and then that leads to their matchup. But, like I said, the whole thing with Swagger winning the IC Championship and then defending it against Cesaro doesn't make too much sense. Although I will say I would have loved to see Swagger win the United States Championship and defend that against Cesaro. Since they are the Real Americans, you know, I'd prefer, it'd be cooler for them to fight over the United States Championship. By the way, that was a cool counter. I didn't even know they had that counter. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I think it'd be cool if Cesaro and Swagger would be fighting for the United States Championship, since they are the Real Americans. But, yeah, it's really the main reason, the biggest reason why I'm going with Big E is the entire Swagger Cesaro thing with the IC Championship. But that's because I'm thinking that that's what happens if Swagger wins the IC Championship. Maybe the Real Americans don't even break up if Cesaro wins the championship. But because of what's been happening the past couple of weeks, I have a hard time believing that the Real Americans are going to remain a tag team for much longer. Now, going back to Mark Henry and Big E Langston, I'm thinking they have a match at WrestleMania. And yeah, I know I said, you know, the match doesn't necessarily need to be for the championship. Actually, it definitely doesn't need to be for the championship. But it'd be a big victory for Big E Langston if he beats Mark Henry at the biggest show of the year for the Intercontinental Championship. Mark Henry's somebody who's, you know, he's a former world champion. So, and I feel whenever somebody's a former world champion and challenges for a mid-card championship, or, you know, like a Intercontinental Championship or United States Championship. By the way, I was trying to go for the Warrior Splash right here, which, by the way, shoutouts to Age of Sandow, who recommended that I put that as one of Big E's moves. That is a great idea, and I actually put it, but I put it as a signature move, but Swagger counted it right here, or actually a few moments ago. But anyways, at the end of the day, I'm pretty confident that this Sunday we'll see Big E walk out with the championship, still the champion, and then defend that championship at WrestleMania 30, probably against Mark Henry. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for my detailed prediction for this match. So, I'm sticking with my pick of Big E winning. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, as always, you can click that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it, and I'm out. See you guys.